This is News 4 San Antonio Today, the only local news station with nonstop news.
It's what we do. Good morning. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only TV station in town commercial free until the top of the hour.
We have you covered this morning. You just heard from Jeannette, and she'll give us a deeper look into weather in a few moments.
Joy's here, though, with traffic. We'll start off with that. It looks good.
Well, depends on where you are.
You're always hiding these things,
I know, but look closely here and you'll notice that downtown.
Colorblind.
Yep. We're starting to shift focus a little bit because when we started, the northeast side was giving us a whole lot of problems along I-35. Now, the majority of that has cleared out, and we're seeing things move in the wrong direction downtown. There's a couple of things that are potentially behind that, including some construction in the northbound lanes of I-35. There's also a disabled vehicle in the northbound lanes of I-35, but that's a little bit south of the Y near Alamo Street. So as for what's causing this long line of traffic, that's going to be on the upper level of I-10 as you're approaching the Y. So very slow in that area. We do have photojournalist David Mendoza live right now from Roadcam. Let's get a check-in with him. Good morning, David.
Right now I'm on 10 East, pretty much under Cincinnati Avenue, headed downtown towards the Y. It's very slow going here on the lower levels. Not too sure what's causing this yet. Haven't really been able to reach a good vantage point to see ahead of me. Just a lot of brake lights in the area. I actually might turn around and break off to this and head to that accident on 1604 and I-10 on the northwest side. I'm hearing some kind of conflicting information about it. I'll try to make my way over there and confirm it with you. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. We'll look forward to that update. For now, that's the latest.
Joy, thank you. An update this morning on the incident that happened last Friday involving a construction scaffolding collapse.
Yeah, so obviously a scary situation. This was happening downtown at the corner of North Main and East Commerce that saw multiple beams of steel and wood fall to the ground below. News 4 reached out to the city for more information. They tell us that the safety measures are handled by OSHA, or the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. OSHA requires that one person check for potential dangers before each shift, and the city maintains that all of their safety precautions were followed in this incident. They also said the accident had nothing to do with the structural integrity. Instead, they believe it was a problem with weight distribution, as an excess of bricks were placed on part of the structure. Scaffolding along the 10-story building there is right across from San Fernando Cathedral. The good news in all of this is that there were no injuries reported.
Time now is 6:44. Scary moments at a local high school after school district police say a girl showed up to Warren High School with weapons. Campus leaders say the girl is not a student at the school. They say she entered through the main campus doors and tried to register as a student. After some questioning, campus police were notified. A search found 3 weapons and she was taken into custody. Northside ISD school district officials say they'll continue to look into this incident. No injuries have been reported. The family of Melissa Perez, who was shot and killed by SAPD 2 years ago, took the stand to talk about her mental health struggles. Her sister-in-law testified off camera Monday, saying she noticed changes in Perez's mental health about a year before she died 2 years ago. She said Perez had delusions and her family had to get her help.
She informed the officer because he asked her how did she get those bruises, and she said that she was looking for her children and that she had fought someone on the bus because she believed that these people had taken her kids.
Homicide detective Ronald Soto also took the stand. He was the lead investigator on the case. He read the statements of the 3 former officers charged.
Emma Allen at the live desk. Brand new video coming in from inside the eye of Hurricane Melissa as it heads directly for Jamaica. Incredible video coming to us. This is from the U.S. Air Force Reserve's 53rd Weather Renaissance Squadron, also known in a shorter way as Hurricane Hunters. This is a team that monitors storms by flying into the storm's eyes. At one point, as you can imagine, they actually had to turn away due to extreme turbulence near the storm's eye wall. And we've got more live pictures coming out of Jamaica now. The roads very quiet this morning, though some are already flooded due to rain. That's the latest from the live desk.
New research shows the average American spends more than 1/3 of their paycheck within the first 12 hours of receiving it. They must have kids.
Yeah, or a spouse, or both. And Amazon may announce the largest layoffs in their company's history. Jane King live at the New York Stock Exchange with those stories and more. Good morning, Jane.
Hi, David and Marisa. Good morning. In fact, we have heard from Amazon this morning, cutting 14,000 jobs, actually less than what was reported yesterday, but still a substantial amount. In fact, it looks like this will be the largest corporate workforce job cut in Amazon's history. Now, they say they're going to be reducing some bureaucracy with these job cuts and also making some investments in artificial intelligence. Well, many Americans have much of their paycheck spent as soon as they get it. A survey of 2,000 employed Americans split evenly by generation revealed this was especially true for millennials, one of the highest spending generations, who spend an average of 40% of their paycheck within the first few hours. Now, for the average American, by 48 hours, nearly 48% of the paycheck is already spent. This was conducted by Talker Research on behalf of Earnin, and the survey found most of that early spending does go toward essentials like groceries, housing, and utilities. Well, Dairy Queen announced the debut of its 2025 holiday treats, so there'll be 3 limited menu items nationwide. So the holiday lineup features the Peppermint Bark Blizzard, that's November's treat, and then Frosted Sugar Cookie Blizzard for December, and the new Holiday Nog Shake. Dairy Queen aiming to capture early attention and reinforce customer loyalty. Well, the so-called Hot Santa returning to Target stores. Technically, he's known as Chris K, but social media gave him the name Hot Santa. The character is a friendly, charismatic Target employee, kind of looks like a younger, more fit Santa. He could be seen doing bicep curls with shopping baskets and helping customers. Okay, the closing bell rang at record highs again yesterday. S&P 500 closed above 6,800 for first time ever. Dow and NASDAQ also finished at all-time highs. A little bit higher is how we're looking this morning. We do have a Fed meeting, and that was a two-day meeting, so that gets underway today. We expect an interest rate cut tomorrow. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
Jane, apparently the desk is lukewarm on the old Chris K. Hot Santa.
Okay.
It's okay. It's not my type.
It's a silver fox.
Is that what you call it?
I don't know what I don't call him anything.
Weird, yeah.
Real quick, Jane, on the whole the paycheck deal, advice. You guys know this better than I, but my Uncle Mike, gave me some great advice years and years ago. He said, when you get paid, the first thing you should do is pay yourself, and that means put a little money aside in savings. So instead of just paying, our utility or rent or all that, pay yourself first and then pay everybody else. So
yeah.
Retirement.
Absolutely. No, totally agree with that. That's why it's so good to sign up for a company like 401k retirement plans. They just take it out. Yep. And then before you know it, you've got a little nest egg.
You don't even know you don't even know you're missing it.
Yeah.
The great Jane King live there in New York. Jane, have a great day.
Thanks.
Speaking of money, from costumes to candy, Halloween spending is expected to reach record levels this year. The National Retail Federation says that Americans are spending about $13.1 billion. That's up. We spent last year about $11.6 billion. The record is $12.2, at least the old one was. The most popular candy with prices going up this year is chocolate candy, by the way.
We're seeing a 15% price hike on anything involving chocolate since April, and we're seeing a lot of shrinkflation when it comes to those Halloween candy bags.
Yeah, more money, less candy, apparently. Total spending for the candy portion is about $4 billion. Experts say the best way to save, buy in bulk, look for coupons, and you can pass on chocolate and buy the gummy or fruit candy options instead. Like those fruit snack things, I guess?
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Yeah.
Here's your
fruit snacks.
Yeah, here's your chance to play Trick or Treat Trivia, sponsored by Raul B. Rodriguez. Grab your phone, scan the QR code you see there, sign in, get the trivia question right, and you are eligible to win a national $5,000 prize. Again, scan that code, or you can go to our website, news4sa.com/contest/feature/contest. Sign in to play Trick or Treat Trivia.
Lululemon is launching its latest collection today, featuring your favorite teams. The athleisure brand has teamed up with the NFL for a new apparel collection with logos of all 32 teams. The gear will be sold and distributed across the NFL's online shop and team stores. This is the latest sports partnership for Lululemon, which struck a deal with the NHL last year.
We know who America's favorite team is going to be behind.
The Bears.
The Cowboys. Happening today, yes, the 46th annual Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving Dinner. Man, that is just around the corner, and prep start later today.
News 4 San Antonio's Tawny Davis is live with details on how you can help volunteer, and something new this year, right? They're delivering food.
Yes, it's a very new new concept they will be doing this year, but the Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving dinner is a tradition that brings thousands of people together. This year, however, organizers expect even more people to come through the line. So started in 1979 by Raul Jimenez, he recognized that his community was in need and established the Thanksgiving Day event to serve the less fortunate. Typically, the dinner serves about 25,000 people, but this year, due to current economic strains, they expect to host a record-breaking number of San Antonians that may be looking for some extra support this Thanksgiving. Home delivery will also be an option, as you would have to call 211 to register. Mayor Gina Ortiz-Jones will launch this year's online voter registration, which will open at 1 p.m. More than 4,000 volunteers help make this event possible and are expecting the same for this year. There will also be a donation presentation by the Kim Rapier Foundation to help with this year's event. So the dinner will be taking place at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center, and there will be a press conference later this morning at City Hall to discuss the expanded efforts for this year at 10 a.m. Reporting live, I'm Tawny Davis. Back to you.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette Calle.
Before we talk about weather, I want to take this opportunity to wish my beloved son a happy 12th birthday. I love you so much, Isaiah. You mean the world to me. Well, of course, you and your sister. But thank you for being the best son that I could ever have asked for, and I thank God for you every single day. We will celebrate you again today. So enjoy your day. All right, let's talk weather. So our next weather maker is a cold front that comes through this afternoon. It arrives in San Antonio between 2 and 4. That's the weather maker that we all been waiting for because it's going to bring us a noticeable change in temperatures. Now, the not so good news is that it's going to produce some gusty winds, and it'll usher in a very dry air mass. Because of the high winds and that dry air, that's going to increase the fire danger. So we're looking at a fire weather watch, especially on Wednesday, and that includes just about every county in our viewing area. So this is a just an alert that any fire that gets started could spread and intensify very fast with these conditions. And let's check out the future wind gusts, because we're talking gusts anywhere between 25 and 35 miles an hour once the front moves through. And you can see by 1 p.m. gusts well over 20 miles an hour in Rock Springs and Del Rio. By 4 p.m. gusts here approaching 30 miles an hour. And again, it stays pretty windy throughout the evening and even into your early Wednesday. By tomorrow in the afternoon, the winds will gradually subside some. There is a front right now. Unfortunately, the other not so good news is that it's not going to bring us any rain, and we could use more rain. Any precipitation with the front will be farther to the north. Ahead of the front, it is warm and humid. The air is pretty saturated. We have winds coming up from the south, so that is helping to produce some fog. We're seeing visibility in Hondo at half a mile, about a quarter of a mile visibility in New Braunfels. Watch for that at least until about 8-9 o'clock this morning. Once the front comes in, it could produce a shower in the eastern zone, maybe a couple of thunderstorms this evening closer to the coast. We're starting off with clouds this morning and then sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures will climb to the mid and upper 80s between 1 and 2, and then dropping as we get closer to about 5 p.m. 88 is what I'm forecasting for this afternoon. 52 tomorrow morning, folks. 68 in the afternoon. And then we'll have 40s for lows Thursday morning and Friday morning, with afternoon highs in the 70s. This weekend, not bad as we kick off November, upper 70s. Daylight saving time, that comes to an end this weekend. Clocks go back 1 hour at 2 a.m. on Sunday. Here's the extended for the other 3 zones. 30s for overnight lows in the hill country Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
All right, live from downtown, we've got a couple of issues here that are causing delays both on I-35 and on I-10. So this is 35 that you're looking at here. It's the northbound lanes near Alamo Street. Just one lane blocked because of that disabled vehicle. But farther up the road, closer to McCullough, you're going to see this all down to just one lane in those northbound in that northbound direction. So that's what's causing all of this. We also have an accident on eastbound I-10 as you're approaching the Y. So just anyone going into this area is unfortunately going to experience some delays. We also have reports of that accident over on the northwest side, I-10 and Loop 1604. Let's check in one more time with photojournalist David Mendoza live from Road Cam. David?
Hey, good morning. Yes, I was just on 10 East into the Y. Traffic is almost at a standstill, very, very slow moving. I turned around, I'm headed 10 West now, over to 1604. I'm hearing reports of an accident on the access road of Blanco and Stone Oak. I'll leave you with that. Drive safe. Have a great Tuesday. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. That's the latest.
Guys, thank you. Shout out to loyal News 4 watchers, Craig and Christine Gabriel, who sent me a few pictures on a recent trip they had to Prague, Poland, Hungary, Croatia, and then they finished off here in Slovenia. Look at this. The views from Lake Bled are simply breathtaking, and so was this. So they came across a restaurant near their hotel called The Tale of Us, which has a sign inside that reads, look at this. Yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I love that. Thanks for watching.